Welcome to the Cross Up. Today I'm ShockSmash.
And I'm Z.
And today we're going to be talking about our favorite things in Ultimate. Now Z and I have talked about Ultimate quite a bit, but we haven't talked about what we're excited for. So we really wanted to just kind of go through the list of new mechanics that we think are going to be impactful for our play, but also for others. And first up, I have to say, Z, dashing and then being able to attack out of dashing is one of my favorite things, because as somebody who's not as experienced with the game, I'm excited that I can finally be able to chase somebody down who's running away. I can chase after people. I can do quick movement options without having to try to slow down or stop or do things that were a little more difficult, a little more mechanical. So I think it's pretty nice in a way that allow maybe people who aren't as technical or mechanically proficient or experienced to be a little better. I think that will contribute to, an overall sense of quality of gameplay for a lot of newer players. And yeah, so what are you excited about? What's the thing that you're really looking forward to?
So honestly, I'm really just excited for the plethora of offensive options that we have. Very similar to dashing and then attacking immediately out of the dash. And the best part about it is it's not a committed attack, not like the dash attack or. Right. It reminds me a lot of in Brawl. One of the best mechanics we had, I think, in any Smash game was the dash attack cancel up smash, or Dacus, as you'll hear it, where you just had another movement option, but you also had another option to approach folks, where you can throw them off guard by running up and then sliding across stage with a Sheik up smash and tippering them when they thought they were going to land safely. And I loved having those options in the game because it created a surprise element where you needed to really show off your technical proficiency in a very short amount of time. And unfortunately, I feel like Smash 4 lost a lot of that, where I remember that you can do a lot of platform canceling in Brawl. There were just a bunch of movement options you can utilize with specific characters, with specific stages that you don't really get a lot of that in Smash 4. I mean, Pikachu has some quick attack canceling on like platforms that are moving, and you'll find other mechanics where the stage has to be just right, doing this and that. And it wasn't as interesting because the primary options, I feel like, for movement, especially on the ground, was just rolling.
Yeah, and that's one of the things I'm really excited about is the fact that the game seems to be built around this idea of being fast, of quick, of being able to, like auto short hops, and you can attack really quickly out of a short hop. You can do these things that will change kind of the way you play. So where Smash 4 really felt defensive to me, and it was a struggle to play in a defensive slow style that I never really felt comfortable playing, I liked the idea of quick attacks, of dashing, of even the hit direction, to where I hit somebody and then they're kind of stuck in that direction. They don't auto turn back to me. I think there's going to just this idea of attacking and being aggressive seems to be the style of Ultimate.
Yeah, and the best part about it is we're already seeing a lot of that offensive play in some of the just demos and the exhibitions that have been going on. You're seeing folks still try to play Ultimate like Smash 4, which is natural. For any sequel, you're going to always try to play like the last version. And we're finding that it's not working. We're seeing so many mistakes being made, people with bad habits from 4 to Ultimate, with trying to air dodge a lot or trying to roll a lot. Yeah, those aren't going to work. They're not going to fly because you can't use these defensive options so frequently because they're not being. I don't think that defensive options in Smash 4 were used defensively. It almost feels like they were used offensively. You roll in or you'd roll behind someone to create your offense, or you spam air dodge a whole bunch before you can really you don't know how to get out of something, so you're just mashing L and R, hoping you don't get red. And power shielding in itself too, where it was you just run up in power shield so you can be in frame advantage, and the idea of the shield giving you an offensive opening rather than a punish opportunity is, I think, it just never sat right with me, because even in Brawl I never really enjoyed the fact that power shielding was used so frequently to engage in offense, where in Melee, I really loved the fact that power shielding was kind of like you have projectiles, let me get them off me real quick and give me some space to reset my neutral. I just liked the fact that defensive options are defensive and offensive options are offense, and the fact that they're being heavily favored is going to make for a much more entertaining game, because like in all the other videos that we go over, I really feel that viewership needs to be the primary focus, simply for the fact that viewership is going to be everything. Yeah. We're in such a driven community right now where we need entertainment, we need entertainers. Smash Ultimate is gearing up to be the most hype game of the year, and I want to see it on par with all the MOBAs, the League of Legends, the Overwatches, those kind of crowds, and it's very difficult to say that, we're a third string kind of game, barely a fighter, et cetera, whatever it is. But
Right.
I mean, this game is breaking boundaries. We're looking at 70 plus 75 characters now with the Isabel and, Echo Fighters all being unique in one way or another. And we still have some more characters to go, apparently, with a bunch of Smash leaks that are coming out. So who knows? DLC is a possibility. We might have 100 characters, and what would be better than to watch 100 different characters in one tournament, going back and forth. The matchups wouldn't be endless, but it would be incredible to just think about all the different matchups you can see, especially when they're playing a high stakes, entertaining, exciting, nail-biting game where they're both pressing forward to defeat each other rather than wait each other out.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that always lost my spark in some in Smash 4 is I always felt like it became more of a cat and mouse game than it was a rewarding one for the person who was more aggressive. It almost felt like if you make the first move, you should lose, which I understand. You want to counter somebody, but that's the whole. It almost feels like you just wait for someone to press a button, hit him. Oh, they didn't press it, so you wait for them to finish it. And I don't know. It didn't feel like rock paper scissors anymore. It felt just kind of like no, you go, no, you go, no, you go, and I'm not a big fan of defensive struggles. Now, granted, if there are zoning characters that are playing their style, hey, that's great, because that's what the character is meant to do. But if you have an incredibly oppressive character, kind of like in Smash 4 with Bayonetta, just sitting back and waiting for you to press a button, I mean,
right.
I just don't think it's as exciting as when you're watching kind of like a Falco with a lot of laser pressure, because at any moment both characters can pop off. It's just you have to get through this obstacle real quick, which goes back to the zoning point.
Yeah, the only thing I have a question about is really balloon knockback. And I was trying to figure out how it looked. I don't know how that's going to play into combos. I don't know how that's going to play into the aggressiveness, because it seems like you're really quick, but the knockback kind of just goes, immediate and then slow. So it's like the term balloon knockback is like when you hit a balloon across the room. It kind of goes really quick and then slows down. So I don't know how that is going to play into the aggressive style, or if it'll help balance out or cancel it out in some ways. So I'm really curious to see how they're going to do the balloon knockback with this aggressive style of play. I mean, do you have any thoughts on that from what you've seen?
I always thought that was kind of strange how the balloon knockback was. I'm not sure who even came up with that idea.
I don't know.
When development thought, hey, we need to blast them away really fast and stop.
Yeah.
I heard supposedly that the idea of balloon knockback was to reduce the amount of time someone would be off stage, and to kind of just get someone from point A to point B a little bit quicker to resume the action if you didn't KO them. Now, what I hope balloon knockback will do is I hope that balloon knockback will give players more incentive to use what I like to call combo moves, like not your big killers, more frequently. So becoming more creative with weaker options so that you see them more often, and you obviously have to press those buttons a little bit more, and I think it'll show off a little bit more technical efficiency as opposed to let me hit you with a 13% move, 13% move, 13% move, hit you with this and you're dead. Like you're looking at Cloud and Ryu in Smash 4,
Right.
You get hit with Ryu's forward air twice, you're at 30%. You get hit with it two more times, you're at rage KO percent from Shoryuken. It's ridiculous. Cloud's the same way. Let me hit you with 4 up airs and then read 1 air dodge into a finishing touch.
And you're dead.
Why is a KO option comboing into a KO option? I can get it. I get why balloon knockback is a thing. Maybe if that's not even the reason, maybe it's just because it's aesthetically pleasing. I don't know. I would just think I would think that there's going to be a time where you're going to see mechanics in Ultimate being balanced or nerfed or changed or buffed, because that's what they did in Smash 4 is you saw mechanics and style and play change. I believe there was a buff to shields in general, and I wouldn't be surprised if we saw maybe balloon knockback dramatically decreased, maybe to the fact that it's about half as noticeable, and then you'll have your combos, and then when you pop somebody real hard with a strong like an ender, you'll see that balloon knockback and allow you the opportunity to reset and gain stage control. So I'm hoping that there's some balances coming to it, because I do think it's a little bit strange.
Yeah, that'll be the great thing too, is that we're going to see a bunch of buffs. We'll see nerfs, we'll see updates, and we'll see constant tweaks as the meta evolves. And that's one of my favorite things about like some of the MOBAs or Overwatch is that you get a lot of this evolution and you're not stuck in the same place. Because right now I feel like Smash has been kind of defined, Smash 4 anyway, has been defined for the last year or so. But you did touch on something I am excited about. Is like the idea of like you hit them. Oh, they air dodged, done. And I do like the idea of that directional air dodge where it looks like you can escape the setups. Because I don't know how many times we did the same thing. Up air, and then wait for somebody and then try to up smash them for that air dodge. So waiting out the air dodge, I think that adds in a really exciting level of the rock, paper, scissors. Because you're like, is it a regular air dodge? Oh, is he a directional air dodge? So you can't just sit right underneath them anymore and boom, nail them. So I think that's another aspect I am excited about too. Because it kind of gives a little more into the strategy.
Yeah, and landing options for heavies, for example, it's so sad watching Donkey Kong try to land against certain characters like Bayonetta or Cloud because they just can't go anywhere.
Right.
You have your up B and you're helpless and you land with a bunch of lag and then you get thrown off stage again and again and again and again and then now you have directional air dodge where you can kind of bait that you're going to land forward, air dodge back behind somebody. Yeah. And with a little bit of lag, so if they do overcommit, you're fine. Now if they read it, hey, you got red at this point. So it's another option to escape dire situations, which I do appreciate because it's not something that you're going to do a lot. You're not going to directional air dodge all the time. And if you do, you're asking to get gimped or you're asking to SD or you're going to get hard red just from air dodging inappropriately. And, I like that there are consequences to defensive options, just like how every offensive option has a consequence. There's cooldown, there's, end lag, there's, incorrect canceling or incorrect landings for offensive options. And I think that it's appropriate that we see the same sort of penalties for defensive options.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, that's what we're excited about. We'd love to hear what you guys are excited about. Let us know. I'm ShockSmash.
And I'm Z.
Have a good one.
See you.
Hey, everyone. Thanks for checking out another episode of The Cross Up. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more content.
And if you have a topic that you want us to cover, be sure to leave a comment below. Also, a huge shout out to all of our supporters. We're excited for the future of the show, so stay tuned.